Hey, what's up? My name is Tigre Fino. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make your kick sound stronger, also with a strong bass and with a little bit of a snare sound on the background. So you're going to see how I do it, so you can do it and make it sound good. All right, check it out. Okay, so as you can see here, I have 4 tracks. So I have 3 MIDI tracks and 1 audio track. So on this one, I have a regular kick pattern. Just a regular kick. On this one, I have the snare sound that I want. And on this one, I just have a regular snare. This is just a regular audio track. So, one way that you can have your kick and the snare, or you kick with a snare sound of the top, is just copy and paste your MIDI notes. Okay, but what happened if you want a different key on the snare than on your drum kick? See, like on this one, on the kick, I have as a master key, I have the F2 as the home key, and on this one I have the G2, right? So it will sound like this. That's the one that I want. And on the kick, this is the one that I want. So one way is just you can copy and paste and then change it, and then when you play it, basically every time that you make a different pattern, a MIDI pattern, you can just fix it. That's one way. But the way that I like to do it, and the way that you should learn how to do it, is just combining and creating your own sound. So that way that you can actually create your own sound and use it for other projects that you have. That's a really, really, really great way to do it. And right now, I'm going to show you how we can do that. So in Ableton, there's a really cool feature that I really love for creating a lot of my sounds. Is when you have an audio track, you can record whatever you want into the audio track and use it. You can modify it, you can add more effect, you can record as many tracks as you want and into this audio track from your project. So right now, if I want, I can also record this snare, but I only want my kick and the snare that I want. First, let me get the right volume that I want on both. Let me just slide it. If you press, there you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the other track. Right here, I already have as a resampling. Usually comes when you have it like that, and you can put a resampling. You can have it here to record, and it will record whatever is playing from the other tracks. So if I go here and I click on record, see, it's recording. But that's it, because the only part that I want is just that kick. So you have a couple of options. If you want to keep using the other sounds, that's fine. You can also come in and crop it. Crop. Create a new MIDI track. Another cool feature from Ableton is that once you create a new MIDI track, it will automatically create a sampler that you can drag and drop your sound. So I'm gonna drop it here. So now, as you can see, I already have my kick with a snare on the top. And you can use all the keys from your MIDI controller, your MIDI piano, your push, your machine studio. There you go. If you want, you can just bring the same note. And now this is too low. And we can turn all this one off. We don't need this one. Now, look at the difference from this one and from this one. That was a regular kick, and now look at this one. Sounds better, sounds punchier. It gives you more to listen, you know, better texture. Now, if you play with the snare, and now let's put some seasoning to the kick. Let's bring some juice to it. So one thing that I like to do is just go into the audio effect and an audio filter and remove the frequency, all the high frequency that I don't like from the kick. Just leaving the snare, just touching the snare. There you go. Now let's EQ it. I like the EQ 8. So let's boost a little bit of the low end to give it a heavy bass for the trap. Let's remove some of the high end and give it a little bit more juice. There you go. Look how it's speaking. Let's give a little bit more juice. You can see how strong the kick is getting. That I have it here at minus 4 dB and it's still peaking. So right now I have a 6.4. And I will still need to get it down as soon as I start bringing more instrument, more sound. Now I'm gonna bring in another little trick. It's my saturator. I love the saturator. Now check this out. Gotta bring a little bit from the high end so we don't lose the snare. Now, if you think that you lost the snare, you can do the same thing. You can record it again. Let's do the compressor. Some people like the glue compressor. I like my regular compressor. Just compress that kick. I like to bring the knee to 2.4, 2.6. There you go. Now, if you want a little bit more of the snare, you can just do the same thing. Just record it again. And you can raise the volume of the snare. Let me start this. Just raise it a little bit more. And we do the same thing, resampling. So this is, you can do this until you find the sound that you like. Bring it down again. And now check this. We stop everything. I just want to hear it. See, now you hear more the snare. And you can continue doing it until you find the sound that you really like. But that one for me is good. Even if you add a little bit more the snare, it will sound great also. Now with it, let's see. Let's see how. If you want to bring, let me bring the snare a little bit more, and let me bring down the kick a little bit more, the snare a little bit more up. Now also something that you can do is just, you can either EQ the snare, you can bring a little bit of compressor or saturator to both of the samples, or to any one that you want to bring more. So let me see. Okay, let's do it one more time. You can crop it if you want to, or you can just drop it. But let's just crop it. And now we can. There you go. There you go. Now you got it. I don't like the hi-hats. Let's see how this sounds. So there you go. You have your kick with your strong kick with a snare sound on top of it. Sound amazing. You can use it for trap. You can use it EDM. You can use it for hip hop. You can use it in reggaeton. There you go. If you have any questions, let me know down below. So you just saw how we took a regular simple kick and we combined it with a snare to make it sound stronger, make it sound different, okay, make it sound better, and a kick that you can save it on your sample library that you create, that you design, and you can use it for other projects that you have. You can use it on trap, you can use it on reggaeton, you can use it on EDM, dance music, you can use it on hip hop, and that way you can start having your own library of sound, and in the future you can have your own, let's say, kick drum samples that you can sell, you can use in other projects. So let me know if you have any question, any suggestion. Put it down. Don't forget to like, and see you next time. Tigre Fino. To the next one.